Have you ever wondered how power, privilege, and prejudice collide in unexpected places? Today's story takes us to an airport where a shocking encounter unfolds. A wealthy black billionaire boards a first-class flight, but things take a dramatic turn when the plane's captain makes a decision no one saw coming. Within moments, the situation spirals out of control, and what happens next leaves everyone speechless. This is a story about assumptions, accountability, and a powerful lesson that changes everything in just 2 minutes. You'll see how a moment of judgment turns into a moment of regret, and how one man's character outshines the prejudice he faces. It's not just about the money or status, it's about humanity and respect. Stick around to see how it all plays out. Trust me, this is one story you don't want to miss. Let's dive in. Of course, could you share the introduction or the previous part of your story so I can seamlessly continue from where it left off? Sure, please provide the previous section or some context about the story so I can continue seamlessly while maintaining the tone, style, and suspense you want. To continue your story effectively, I need to know the earlier sections or the direction of the plot. Could you share the previous parts or give me a brief outline so I can build on that seamlessly and heighten the suspense? I'd be happy to help. In order to continue from where the last part ended, could you please provide the previous section of your story? This will help me create a smooth transition, build on the existing conflict, and ensure the plot progresses naturally toward the climax. To help you craft the climax of your story, I need the context from the previous section to ensure that the climax is seamless and satisfying. If you could provide the last part or a brief summary of the story so far, I can build on that and create the intense resolution with a twist that you're seeking. As Karen disappeared from view, the tension in the parking lot slowly began to fade. The crowd, still buzzing from the spectacle, started to disperse, their laughter echoing in the air. But something wasn't quite right. Among the crowd, a man in a dark coat stood watching, his eyes fixed on the retreating figure of Karen. He was too composed, too still. He hadn't laughed like the others, and there was something unsettling about the way he stared. The officer, now back in his squad car, started to pull away. But just as he turned the corner, he noticed the man stepping into the street, heading toward the parking lot exit. His eyes narrowed, a strange feeling creeping up his spine. Something about the man's demeanor set off an alarm in him. It wasn't just the way he was walking, but the strange absence of emotion in his face. Was he following Karen? Before he could process it further, the man vanished into the crowd. The officer didn't think much of it, until, a few minutes later, he received an urgent call on his radio. There had been a sighting of Karen walking down an alleyway several blocks away from the coffee shop. But that wasn't the surprising part. A witness had spotted the same man, the one from the parking lot, standing next to her, his face unreadable, his presence far too deliberate. As the officer's thoughts raced, a cold chill swept through him. He couldn't shake the feeling that Karen's day of misfortune was just the beginning, and that something far darker was waiting to unfold.